Welcome to the broadcast. Thanks for joining. My name is John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy. And first and foremost, I just want to say thanks for watching. And secondly, if for some reason last week we had some trouble, and I know that it seemed like the video was looping over and over, I actually lost my feed through the website. I'm going to take that off real quick here. Actually lost my feed through the website. And so, unfortunately, I couldn't get back on. There were some issues. They've updated the app this week, so hopefully we'll be able to broadcast without any problems. But if for some reason I disappear or you see this going back over and re-looping, just refresh your page or go to YouTube and search for you can search for Business Tech Guy or John Mayfield Business Tech Guy, and you should be able to see me because I'll log off, go back in through Zoom, and then I'll be able to see you there. So just kind of making sure that we're broadcasting loud now. Looks like we are. So again, hopefully we won't lose the stream today. So I'm going to go over to my iPad or my computer, and we'll get started right now. So we've been kind of looking at several different things over the last few weeks. And by the way, worst case scenario, if for some reason we were to lose the stream, don't forget, you can always watch the videos in the playlist. So I've got this up here right here, but be sure and subscribe. You can come over here and just go to the playlist. Whenever you come to this screen, my channel screen, you'll see that I'm broadcasting live now, and that's the actual stream. So if you get hung up over on the other side, that's why I said refresh your screen, come over here to this screen. But don't forget, I always have the playlist so you can come to the bootcamp videos. Last week, I actually did finish the webinar, and so you can watch last week's webinar from over on the channel. Okay, so we're going to get started, and actually last week was supposed to be my last week broadcasting. I said I would do these through May 5th, but I'm having such a good time I want to continue to move forward. So we've talked about a lot of different things throughout the broadcast. Just to kind of recap a few things that we've been looking at, we actually have been creating an RPR report. I created this, and I'm going to bring you over to the blog on my website and then show you that I actually created this digital magazine. And then once we had this link on our website, and of course, I had this open in a new window. We're going to talk a little bit today about embedding and some things you can do. Whenever I embed something, I want it when the user clicks on the link that it opens a new tab or a new window. And I do that because I want my website to still be open. So we were using this link, and this is called a URL. It's called a Uniform Resource Locator. But the easiest way for you to think about this is the internet's like one big, huge file cabinet. And, in like normal file cabinets, we have folders that may be by alphabetically or by name. And then inside the folder, we have stuff, right? Well, just look at the internet as a big file cabinet, and your website is a folder that's somewhere in that big file cabinet. And then all of these pages that we create, all of the blog posts we create, it's just the stuff we would put inside our folder. And so this is just telling people on the internet, if you go to the file cabinet called the internet and you look up this address, that's where that specific information is located. And so we copy that, and then we were using some tools like Linktree which is free. And through Linktree, we can then use that leverage to create additional links. So, for example, one of the things that this CE class is over with, so I'm going to turn that off. Actually, it's not over with until I have it set to go off, but I'm going to go ahead and turn that off because we have quite a few folks in the class. And this is the Coral Gables. You'll notice these are all repopulating. And I'm doing that for a couple of reasons. Number one, I want folks to, I want to be able to promote these in my social media websites. And rather than saying, here's a great big old long URL that I want you to click on, I can just say, go to my Linktree profile. Or if people are snooping around and they go to your Linktree profile, they can see these other choices of things that they have that they can go visit. So notice I created a Coral Gables market report, and I'm just going to move that up here toward the top. I can move these around. Now the way I'm moving this, notice these dots over here on the side. That just means if I hold my mouse down, I can rearrange these in any order I want. So you can see now it's Coral Gables. Check out my new farm listing, the Hunter's Ridge market report, get your real estate license and technology training. By the way, let's just go out to my Linktree profile. And anytime one of the folks on the call today was trying to find my link, it's always right here under technology training. So if you click on that, you should go, and you should see me live. See that? Now there's always about a 5 or 10 second delay there. So that's the easiest way to find the live training is right there. So I'm using this again because we're trying to drive traffic to our website. That's the goal. I mean, we're paying for this website. We want to try to drive traffic to the website. And we can do that by using Linktree and social media. We can also use other things that we might want to do as well. So if I went to, I'm going to just kind of start out here, and I'm going to go to narrpr.com. My Coral Gables report is really on my computer, and I can pull it up, but I want to show you something that's kind of interesting about RPR. These are my recent searches, and here are my recent reports. Now, I think I redid a market activity report for Coral Gables. This is actually the report I recreated because I like the market activity report. And it just gives some highlighted overview things that are going on. Now, you've got this report with tons of information, lots of information. And what I'm going to encourage you to do, I was watching a lady the other day and she was talking about this. Her name's Lethea Owens. She's a good friend of mine. We're members of the National Speakers Association. And Lethea really had an interesting concept, and she was talking about blogging, social media, and marketing, branding yourself. And Lethea was like, you need to take little snippets and pieces from your blog or your podcast, and you need to repurpose that. In other words, you need to take that information and Monday do something with that, Tuesday do something with that, Wednesday do something with that, Thursday, Friday, and so forth. Just one little piece. Now, as real estate professionals, I don't want to hit people over the head. And I was watching another friend of mine. Many of you in Florida probably know Craig. He's in the Orlando area, and I'm drawing a mind blank on Craig's last name, but Craig, and he's a good guy. And Craig, he said 80% needs to be personal about you. Try to limit your real estate stuff to 10 or 20%. I think that's a good ratio. I just want to show you that you've got this report out there on your website, your blog. Let's repurpose it again, okay? So I'm going to show you very quickly, and then I'm going to show you, as I promised last week, how we can even add a video explanation to this report. So one of the things we talked about a couple of weeks ago was this little app. It's a software. It's a one-time purchase, and it's from TechSmith. And by the way, I don't make any money off any of these products. I've been using TechSmith for a long time, and I'm going to show you Snagit, and I'm also going to show you Camtasia. We can do Snagit for both, but I use Snagit daily. So Snagit allows you to take a screen picture. So I'm going to try to position this right there so that my logo's in there. And I want that to there we go. So I'm going to do Command P. Command P is the same as Control in the P. And I'm going to position my mouse right here. And I'm going to hold my mouse down, and I'm going to drag my mouse just like that so that I can get a screenshot. See that? That's what Snagit allows you to do, is do a screenshot. Now you could do video, but I'm going to show you Camtasia because it's a little easier, and I'm going to snap the picture right there. Okay? Now the picture's up on my screen, and what I want to do now is go up and select File, Save As, because Snagit saves this as originally as what's called a PNG file, but if I save it this way, it gives the proper format for Instagram. Now, here's a little trick that a lot of people don't realize. Name your pictures so they can be found by search engines. So I'm going to call this Snapshot of Coral Gables Real Estate Market Activity. And I'm going to save this on my desktop just so I can find it easy. Did you notice what I was doing there? Trying to use a couple different camera angles to keep you awake and have fun and have conversation with you. And that's what I love about Switcher Studio. Zoom, I'm a little limited to the kinds of things I can do, but with Switcher Studio, we can have a little bit more fun and be a little bit more active. And if I want to, put my name up there and some information, I can do that as well. And I could have multiple cameras, but anyway, getting back to why I named that snapshot of real estate market activity Coral Gables. I should have put Florida, but you would want to do that. Try to be real specific on what that's all about. And why are you doing that? Because when you upload that photograph to your website or to wherever on social media, the search engines will pick up those keywords that photograph is named after, and that could help boost your post. Just like we talked about the alt tags. You want to write those alt tags, and I'll be showing you that shortly as we post this on Instagram. Okay? So I'm going to come right back out here now, and we are going to minimize this screen because we got our screenshot. And basically, why I wanted to get that screenshot was so that I could go to Facebook and I can do a post. So I'm going to come down here to my desktop, snapshot of real estate market activity, Coral Gables. I should have added Florida. I could actually rename that right here. And I thought I renamed it, but we'll go on, and I'm going to click open. So I've put that there on Facebook, and I'm just going to put broadcasting live right now on at I put on YouTube. Go to my link. Now, I am going to come back over here to my link tree, and I'll just copy that because it's not a very long address, and I'll just throw that right in there. Okay? Now, I've put the photograph. Of course, we would put information about the market report, and I'll put to view this, the full Coral market activity report. Go click on the link in my link tree. And I'll put hashtag Coral Gables, Florida. Hashtag I'll put Miami real estate activity. How about that? Because Coral Gables is a suburb. And I'll put that in my story too. Now, I just posted that. And so there it is to my social media group. Now notice if someone clicks on the Linktree profile and they want to look at the Coral Gables report, they just click on that. Takes them right over to my blog. What we might do, just for fun, is back here, because you can move these around. So I'm going to take technology training, and I'm going to move that up here. Above the Coral Gables. So we've got our market report. Maybe we'll get some more folks that'll come on that will take a look here. Okay, so that's one item. Now we could also go to where Instagram. And remember, with Instagram, there's a little trick. I can't post right now, but if I select View, Developer Tools, I still can't post, but if I refresh my screen, I have the option to post. Now I can select Snapshot, Market Activity Report, Next. Here, oh, I didn't want to put the location, but I'll click X. Here, I'm going to put check out the most recent real estate market report in my bio. And I usually put link right there. Okay, now what I do here, because we're going to write alt tags, is I just do Command A, would be the same thing as Control A, where you select all, okay? So I just selected all, and now I'm just going to right click and copy. And right down here, if I click my mouse, there's this little advanced settings. And here I want to write advanced alt text. And now I just right click my mouse and paste. So I'm just putting that same I'm describing that. And again, alt text allows visually impaired folks to have screen readers tell them a little bit about that graphic or that picture. And so it's helpful for those with disabilities to help them, but it's also very good because search engines and the algorithm within Instagram supposedly likes alt text as well. I mean, I'm sure it does because it is a, and I forgot to do one more thing. It is a visually, it's a visual site, and I forgot to do one quick thing, and that's the one item. I don't know because the way we're on our laptop, I don't think I can edit this. I'll refresh my page and see if that's possible. Because what I wanted to do, not now, whoops. What I wanted to do was I wanted to put some tags with that, and I may have to do that later. In other words, what I wanted to really make sure I did, because that's how it will be effective, I should have put the hashtag Coral Gables, and Instagram would have given me some choices to choose from. And that way my post would have been included with people who have an interest in Coral Gables and they're searching for Coral Gables real estate or whatever. They may see my post because everything that's tagged with that hashtag Coral Gables real estate or whatever. And last time I did that for you guys on here, I picked up several followers from that area. And so I messed up. As Steve Martin would say, and I use that line a lot, I forgot. 2 words, officer, on why I was speeding. I forgot. So anyway, it's okay. Well, I just wanted to make sure you guys were aware of my error there, okay? So, and I'm trying to look to see if there's some way I could edit that here, and I don't think there is. I think you have to use the app to do that. So, okay. So we just did that. Now you want to go out to LinkedIn and do the same thing. And I'm not going to do that here. Now notice on LinkedIn, to get back to my screen, I go to Developer and I click on that Developer Tools again, and it takes me back to where I was, okay? So I'm going to just type in LinkedIn. Whoops, I need to do that up here. So I'm not going to go through all of that with this. You guys kind of get that. The more you can post it, the better it is, the wider your spread on social media. Okay, so here's what I want to show you now. I'm going to go back to that RPR report right here. And one of the other tools that I use is called, and I'm just going to download this. So I'm going to save this in my desktop and open this up. I think it actually is in the same look and feel here, but that's okay. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go into Camtasia, which is another product from the same company that I purchased, Snagit. And Camtasia allows you to not only see the screen, but record a video. So we're going to do this kind of interesting here. We'll try this. So I'm going to do a new project. And here, I'm going to record my screen. So I want to record this screen. This is a screen I'm going to do. Now, I'm going to record my picture in this format. I'm doing a lot of Zoom calls, Zoom meetings, and I notice there's a lot of people that get on Zoom like this, and I guess it doesn't bother me, and I'm always wanting everything to be positioned real perfect with the light, but it's like, you know what, it's probably not that big of a deal. So I'm going to have my video on, And I haven't, we'll do the microphone there. And now I'm going to click start recording, okay? So when I get ready to record here, I can be good to go, and I could say, hi, my name is John Mayfield, and I want to go over with you the latest market activity for Coral Gables, Florida. First of all, I have a resume with the report, and you can find this report on my blog at MiamiFLRE.com. You want to write your script out and just go through, and here's where you can actually go down. You can talk a little bit about your SRS, but you can also talk a little bit about the market and some things that are going on in the marketplace as that report finishes. So once I'm done with the report, I come up and click stop recording, and it's going to put this report down. Now I can put my picture anywhere I want to on the screen, and I can also, if I make a mistake like that, I can make sure both the tracks are highlighted. I can right click my mouse, split the track, go over to where I messed up, right click my mouse, split the track, and now I can find those two little pieces. This one right here, I forgot to have both those. I should have split the track on both those, but I can find both of these pieces, highlight those, and you right click your mouse and click ripple delete, and it just splits those right together. And so now I can just go in if I want to edit, but you know what? It's okay if you make a few errors. It's no big problem. Here, though, you can see, and again, you can move your picture around anywhere you want to. One of the things I might want to do is, I could point if I wanted to. I could make this a little bit smaller, and guess what? You don't even have to have a video on. If you want to just do this with audio, it's not a big deal at all. Now let's just delete all of this, and again, shortcut for selecting all is Command A, and I'm just going to hit delete and get rid of all of that, and I'm going to delete that's in the library. Now I'm going to show you something that's really cool here that I think that you can do if you want to take this up a notch, as Emerald would say. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do now. I have my iPad here, you can probably see, and it's an iPad Pro, so it has the pencil with it, the iPad pencil. So I'm going to go back to the report we just created in RPR, and I'm going to actually save that into my Dropbox. And I'm going to show you this process, and then we're going to stream my iPad over to my screen, and I'm going to actually go through this report, but I'm going to show you how you could visually really add just an interesting layer to this presentation. And now, why am I doing this? I'm reading and I'm hearing. I'm telling you what, people are going to go to as much virtual as they can. My wife and I are rehabbing a house and getting ready to put it on the market. We just decided to go ahead and put new windows in the house. And I called Window World. We had very good luck with Window World in a home we'd done before that we lived in, and they did a great job. And so I thought, it's probably going to be a 2 or 3 week delay. And the lady tells me, well, we can do a virtual installation bid. So the guy calls me back. He's like, yeah, just if you've got FaceTime, I can do the bid right from today at 2 o'clock. I'm going over there so that we can do a virtual installation bid of the windows. Now, let me tell you what, you and I are going to have this same type of ways we need to do business with our clients. There's probably nothing wrong with some sellers. We could do a virtual, in fact, that just gave me a good idea, a virtual CMA, because there's some other things that I do with virtual CMAs, but why can't I do a virtual CMA from Missouri on a property in Florida without getting on a plane and flying down there? If the seller can walk through the house and show me, and I've got all the data from Remind, the MLS, and RPR, I can help assist in that and give a price. Just a kind of a side note. So I'm going to show you something really cool. I think it's cool. So I'm going to go back over here to the main screen, and the first thing I want to do, I'm going to minimize Camtasia, and remember, I'm going to download this, but instead of putting it on my desktop, I'm going to put it in my Dropbox, okay? And I'm going to save it there. Now, I thought maybe I had one in the Dropbox, but I guess I don't. Okay, so it's in my Dropbox. We're going to now stream my iPad, and that's the secret code that I use. And so now my iPad is streaming, and you should be able to see that. So here I want to go to Dropbox, and you can do a halfway swipe down and go to Dropbox. And you should see the market activity report right there at the top. See it today? It's right here. I'm going to open this up. You can see it's the Coral Gables activity report for Miami, Florida. And now, if you'll notice, up here there are three little dots. I'm in the Dropbox app, but I want to move this over to my app called Notability. So if you press your finger on the three dots and you go down here to export, right there, I can now export this, and I'm going to export it to this little app called Notability. There's lots of places I could export it. I could airdrop it to my wife upstairs. I could airdrop it to my MacBook, but we want to choose Notability, this one right here. It's an app that I use every day, every single day. I love it. It's great. And it's going to ask me, it's importing it, or it's bringing it into the project. So I'm going to click create a separate note, and if I wanted to rename this, give it some subject. If I only wanted to import a page or two, I could. I just want to import the entire note. So now I can get out of Dropbox, and I can go to Notability, and it's toward the top. You can see it next to photos in the camera, the little blue. It's got a pencil and a microphone because you can write, you can annotate text, you can even record audio, which is pretty cool. So let's pull up the market activity report right here, and I'm going to bring this here. Now I'm going to go back to Camtasia, and I'm going to record the screen. So we're ready to go. Okay, so we want to record. And I have to make sure all of this is set. Now, I could do the whole screen, and I think I will, but if I wanted to resize this, I could. But just for simplicity's sake, we'll just go ahead and leave this alone. So all I need to do is hit start recording. Once this counts down, now remember I can edit this, so it's not a big deal. We're doing this, this is not live. So I'm going to put this right about there. And if I was using my two monitors, I could get this lined up just around the iPad, which would be kind of neat. But now I'm able to just kind of look at my computer screen and say, hi, I'm John Mayfield, and I want to tell you about what's going on in the Coral Gables, Florida. This is the market activity report that I've recently done. And I'm just going to kind of go down so that we can go over some information. I do want to remind you that I've had my license since 1978, the age of 18, And I have some information here about my resume. But let's drop down and go down to the market report where we can talk about what's happening in your neighborhood. Now remember, I'm going to edit this out, so it's fine that we've got this. So I'm kind of set up on my iPad. They're streaming, so you're going to have to wait. But again, we'll edit this out and I'll show you that. Now, for editing purposes, the best thing to do is have a long pause, and I'll explain that. So I'm going to pause here for 5 seconds. As you can see from the Coral Gables, Florida report, the median estimated home value as of March 31st was $650,000, and that's actually up 5.33% over last month. And actually, take a look at this. It's up 5.45% over the last quarter, and really even over the last year, real estate prices are still up. And if you look at the last 2 months of market activity, or 24 months, 2 years is what I wanted to say, our marketplace is still up and going strong, 6.21%. So it is a great area to invest in. Property values continue to go up, and you can see here that it's really much better to invest in real estate than it would be a certificate of deposit or something else that may not give you that kind of return on your investment. Let's go down and take a look at some more information in this report. Now I'm going to stop there, but I just wanted you to see how I actually was able to, and I'm going to stop the recording, but I wanted you to be able to see how I was able to use my iPad right here and my Apple Pencil and actually annotate and go through that report. And as you'll see here in a moment, my picture's there. I can edit this out and we can package this report up and make it look very interesting. So let's go back over here to the report, and I'll just show you this just so you can see. Right here's that 5-second pause. So I think we started right about here. So the key is you want to make sure both of these are highlighted, and you want to split that on both strips. So I have to make sure my arrow is on both strips, and then I can come back, highlight these two strips, right click my mouse, and ripple delete. That gets rid of them. Now let's go over here and let's find that 5. Let's see, we came right up through here. And again, highlight that strip, highlight the bottom one, right click, split, go up to the top, move your mouse up to the top strip, split. And I want to come all the way to right here, because that's where we then jump in. So I'm going to right click, split, just move your mouse down to where it's on top of that strip and split. And now I just want to highlight these two strips and I want to ripple delete. So right click, ripple delete. So now see how I've done that? And so I'm going to take my picture here. I want to put that right up here. And by the way, if we get to a spot where you need to move your picture again, the video of you, it's not a problem because we can go and add a transition anywhere we want to. Then when we're done, and I'm just gonna go up here, I'm gonna share this, and you can do it one of two ways. You could directly share it to YouTube. So I'll go on and share that to YouTube. And we're going to be sending this on my global real estate school. So I'm going to just put test video. And, here again, and I really should go through this with you just so you have that, because we've talked about a lot of this. This would be, I'm going to see if my Coral Gables real estate market report. And I'll just copy this recent Coral Gables real estate market report. Now I'm going to copy that. That's going to be my title. Okay, I'm going to change that to recent. And now tags, and I want to go back to this. Remember when we were talking about Text Expander? The very first thing we did? This is where you would want to put your tags. So I'm going to just put, these are tags that I use for a friend of mine, or I'll just use tags for Mayfield Real Estate, but they have the wrong zip code, but it's tags May. So notice here, all I have to type in is tags May, and it puts all of my tags in. Now this is unlisted, so it's no big deal. And now I'm going to share this invalid tag length. That's why sometimes, just as a side note, I usually wait and put the tags in after I upload it. Camtasia does kind of a silly thing like that. So I'm going to come back out here and just visit with you for a second, kind of recap what we're doing. I just wanted to give you a whole different way to be able to do a visual presentation with Camtasia. You can also do this with Snagit. Snagit doesn't give you the ability to edit as easily. And we all make mistakes, so it's no big deal. You don't have to use your camera. If you just want to do a voiceover, that's fine. But we're taking this report and we're now going to put it on YouTube. We could even put this on Instagram TV or IGTV. We could post it on LinkedIn if we wanted to. I mean, there's lots of places we could put this. I'm uploading it now to YouTube, and then I'm going to show you, just to wrap up today's session, how we can take the YouTube video and then embed that into our website so that we can move from there. In fact, we may not have time to do that because it's a quarter till, and maybe I'll work on that next week. We've probably done enough today. But it just kind of gives you an idea. It's been processed. It's now uploading to YouTube. And once it's on YouTube, we'll go and take that and put that on our website next week and even post it to IGTV. So I tell you what, I think we'll wrap up for today. And one of the things I'll do between now and then, is I will actually prepare a full-fledged report through my iPad, kind of set it up for Coral Gables, and we'll take that next week and we'll put that on the website and show you how we can leverage that through IGTV as well as LinkedIn, Facebook. We can even put that, it'll be on YouTube and it'll be on our website. Now, the next, after we do that next week, what I'm going to start getting into from that point is I really want us to start learning. I mean, we're kind of fishing for leads here, but I want to try to open this up and take it to a whole different level of how we can use video and our websites and landing pages to get people to give us their name and email address. So I really want to start focusing on that. But, we have to get kind of a good solid foundation down and at least think about, I'd love for you to be working on your website. I'm working on that. Have a strategy. Make sure that you're, fixing some things that need to be fixed there. There are several things I need to fix on my website. So we'll kind of look at that as well, do an overhaul and a checklist of what should be on our website, what maybe shouldn't be, and maybe creating a strategy for that so that as we develop this other content like we're doing here, we can easily then take the content we're sharing on social media, when we're driving people back to our website, they'll be able to, we'll be able to start generating some leads. So hope this was helpful. Looks like we broadcast live without any hitches. Hey, be sure and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm going to put a little post up here because I know I have people all over the United States. I have my online real estate school. It's globalrealestateschool.com. If you know somebody that's getting their real estate license, I have this really cool product called My Real Estate Exam Coach, and it will I'll be their coach as they go through the real estate course. So if you know somebody getting their license, tell them, go to Global Real Estate School and look for My Real Estate Exam Coach. They can also just go to myrealestateexamcoach.com. So I told you all I wouldn't sell anything, and I'm not selling anything to you guys. I'm just wanting you to sell stuff to people who are getting their real estate license that need help passing the test. So, hey, have a great weekend. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks again. Bye.